Hey guys, this is episode 72 of Revisiting Sunnydale. I am Camila.
I'm Marcella.
You know why we're here? We're here to talk about Buffy the Vampire Slayer TV show.
Except we're not excited this time.
No, it's not. We're trying to make our own fun here.
Yep.
But I guess a couple days ago, like we're recording this back, obviously. A couple days ago, or was it yesterday?
Yesterday, 21st
anniversary.
Buffy can drink. The show can legally drink. So now we've got a new drinking game.
Yay.
We need to think of the Buffy drinking game. So you guys want swag?
Yes. Talk to us. Tell us what would be your Buffy drinking game.
Mm-hmm.
What do the rules consist of? So I guess a good number would be 3 to 5 things to drink on.
Yeah. Yep.
So you can either send it to us at revisitingsunnydale@gmail.com or send it to us on Facebook at Revisiting Sunnydale on our Facebook page.
You could win a shirt.
Yeah.
We've got shirts now.
Yep. And maybe if we get enough of them, maybe we'll try a different one out for each episode, and then you'll get a shirt. If we try yours out on the show, then you'll get a shirt.
Yep.
I need to change that calendar, apparently.
We're still living in February.
And I'm trying to do the math real quick to see if this aligns with Nicholas Brendan's birthday, this episode. I don't know if I do things properly. What is today?
Today's the 11th.
Yes, today is the 11th. This episode will probably be up on the 13th and the 20th. Nope, it's not going to line up. So never mind.
Happy
Early
late birthday. Happy year of your birth.
Happy year of your birth. Yes. But yeah. And also, we would like to know, because I know Nick has been doing a cross-country tour. He's been doing the karaoke stuff and meet and greets and all that stuff. So let us know if you were able to go to one.
Yeah.
I went to the one in Pittsburgh.
I did not.
It was
I could not.
It was fun. Yeah, it was fun. But I also noticed a phenomenon, and Nick also noticed this as well. He found it a little disconcerting that everyone was just kind of sitting at a table while the karaoke was happening and not just partying, I guess, is what happens at normal places.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever been to karaoke outside of Pittsburgh.
Were they just staring at him? Doing
sort of.
Dancing,
It was very little crowd pump up and interaction, which I find is pretty typical of Pittsburgh in general at live shows. So Pittsburgh, what's up with that?
Yeah.
Maybe we should pump it up a little bit more. Get excited. Get excited, man. You paid money to go party with your favorite celeb or go see your favorite band play, and you're just going to sit there stand there arms crossed?
Dance, monkey, dance.
Enjoy yourself.
I've already paid for you. Just
exactly.
Entertain me.
Entertain me. But no. So yeah, if there's some tips there for you for going to see live shows. You know what bands and performers really like? To see their audience having fun. I know.
I would just walk off. I'd be like, oh, well, if you guys aren't having fun, I
already got your money.
guess I'm going to go.
I'm going to go.
Chappelle did it. Why not? All right. Fine. I'm out.
So, just a little life lesson there that we like to give here on this show, life lessons.
That's the advice. That's your 2 cents.
Yes. Yep. So also, while we're asking for stuff, we're giving away shirts, or I don't know if we mentioned in this episode or last one, whatever. We're giving away t-shirts. We got Revisiting Sunnydale, official Revisiting Sunnydale t-shirts, and we're giving them away. So go to our Facebook page and find out how you can get one. And we got all sorts of different ways to do it, and just find out which one tailors to you.
Yep.
And and we don't have anything specifically really to unbox today, but I did get a new subscription that I would like to talk about, and it's a Daily Harvest.
Yes, this one I'm interested to see.
Yes. So, and I'll remember to, when we go downstairs again, I'll show you what the cups look like. But yeah, so if you guys like smoothies and healthy shit, smoothies and soups and activated breakfast bowls, there is a subscription box for that, because there's a subscription box for everything.
Absolutely everything.
Clearly. But yeah, so this one I did Daily Harvest, and it's daily-harvest.com. You can subscribe to however many cups that you want to get per month. I think I did 24 for the first one. And it ain't cheap, but if you like smoothies and that shit, if that's important to you, but it's really daunting to have to go and buy all of the different ingredients.
I assume you would spend the same amount of money that you're spending at the store.
I basically did the math.
You don't have to leave your house.
You don't have to leave your house. You don't have to chop up a bunch of shit, and you don't have to it's not a lot of thought that has to go into it. You don't have to like use everything up really quickly. So they send you these cups. You can like choose however many different variations of the smoothies that you want. And they're each individualized. They're like 6-ounce cups. And they have all of the ingredients in there, frozen, chopped up, ready to rock. And all you have to do is add your liquid. It can be water, coconut water,
So it's like
coconut milk. Yeah, whatever. Add it all in there. Dump that all in your blender. Blend it up. Put it right back in the cup. And there's a little to-go lid for you. You can put a straw in there. Be on your merry way.
Wow.
And it takes like less than 10 minutes for me to make 2 cups in the morning. And it's just like, it's so much more motivating to do this.
Yeah.
And then you can also, like, if you need to add some, like, you know, like extra boost if you want to, like a matcha or, you know, some flaxseed or something like that. You know, sometimes a little extra boost is what folks would like in their smoothies. You can totally do that.
And there's no mess, no cleanup.
Exactly. That's the beauty. I don't have to chop up a bunch of shit.
Except your blender.
Yeah. And if you get to it right away, then it's really not a problem. As long as you don't let that shit cake on in there.
Yep.
It's not a problem. You just rinse it out.
Yep. Little spray, little soap.
Yep. Get it done. I didn't try the activated breakfast bowl, but we got smoothies, and there's probably like 10
what does that
different.
even mean?
I think it's like, I don't know, oatmeals or
Oatmeal's
shit.
so boring. I can't eat it. It's like snot.
It's a terrible consistency that I do not like in my mouth.
It feels like the stuff I'm trying to get out of my throat.
Exactly.
Not that I want to go in.
Exactly. Like every once in a while in a really cold winter, I may enjoy 1 or 2 bowls of oatmeal, but for the most part, I'm always get through it. I'm like, I don't
and
want
only
this.
the packet. I don't want real oatmeal. I just want the full sugar. I got to shake that packet and pour the water in it to measure the water and then pour. That's what but like once a year.
Yeah. And it's just, I've come to terms with it. I don't enjoy it.
I like oatmeal cookies.
Oh, yeah.
I really like oatmeal cookies.
Absolutely. But there's also soup. And I haven't tried the soup yet. We did get like 2 cups of soup, but I haven't tried to make it yet. And you just add like broth or water, I guess, if you want to, and just heat it up in the microwave or on stovetop. I'm going to do it. And then there's also lattes that I haven't tried either yet. But it's the same premise. You add like your coconut milk or whatever milk you want to and heat it up in the microwave or on stovetop and drink it.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I would highly suggest that. Now, if I could just find on here what the cost is, then maybe I can give you a little more information. But yeah, like I said, I kind of did the math where, okay, so what I got was, like I said, 24 cups for the month, and you know that's if you're like really hardcore, and also we've got 2 people that I'm doing this for, and that was like $143 for the month.
That's not bad.
No, especially when honestly, again, it's about convenience and just the same amount for. I don't think that I'd be able to get 24 cups out of that amount of fresh vegetables and fruit I were to get. I would be spending more.
Right. Especially because you're right across the way from a Giant Eagle. So that's probably the store you go to most.
Right.
Which the prices are more than for you to go to, say, Aldi. You are burning gas to get to the Aldi back and forth.
Exactly.
So the money you would save by going to Aldi, you're spending in gas.
Right.
So by doing this, you're doing neither of those things.
Exactly.
You're not wasting probably 50% of the produce that you buy.
Because I'm going to get lazy.
Right.
I'm not going to eat it fast enough.
I'm going to get takeout because I don't want greens. I'm going to want Chinese instead.
Yep.
Why don't I just make Chinese? Because, again, I have to do it. And I want to lay in my yoga pants and not do anything.
And I want someone to bring it to me and then let me eat it immediately.
Yes.
I don't want the prep.
Right.
And the time spent in the kitchen.
So right there are 3 reasons.
Right. And they also have like some lower ones. I think 24 a month is the top tier, and there's like maybe like 12 and then like 8 or something like that. So, check it out.
So there's a service in Daytona that one of my coworkers gets, and they have prepared meals, freshly prepared meals, and they come in a freezer box delivered to your door.
One of my other friends has just signed up for that.
At night. And all you have to do is bring it in and pop it in the microwave.
I'm so tempted to do that.
Right? Like we liked Home Chef, you liked Blue Apron,
Right.
But there was still that prep, and I had to do it myself. So a lot of those were going bad,
Right.
because it was like, I'm gonna sign up. Yeah, that sounds good. That sounds good. Then the day rolls around, and that sounds like shit. I don't want salmon. What's wrong with me? So then it'll sit in the fridge.
Yep. Until everything else goes bad, and then you're stuck with, now you've got a piece of salmon.
And nothing to do with it.
Right. Now I got to get creative.
Yep.
And try to figure out a way to eat this.
But they do gluten-free meals. They do, and I was like, tell me more. Like they just chew,
So
and I just
put this in the microwave or what?
And it reminded me of like the 50s when you would put the box outside and get your eggs and your milk
Right.
at night. Can we just do that again? I'm for it.
My life was, life would be so much easier if I didn't have to go so many trips to the grocery store.
I didn't have to go. So what we've learned here today, folks, is that we both
That
want to
we're
be
lazy.
hermits.
That we have no use for the outside world.
No, I like my house. I will go to the places I want.
Right.
And that's all.
Or sad individuals, or are we just in our 40s?
Yeah.
And pretty much well established in our lives. It's like, you know what?
I'm done with people.
I don't need new friends. I'm good with the ones I've got.
Yeah,
I've got a comfortable home
Yes. I like the way it is.
filled with loved ones, and I can order just about anything to be delivered to me.
I still haven't taken the leap of getting like McDonald's from Uber. Like, I think that's one step too far.
That's doing a lot.
It is.
No,
I am
it's not. That's doing the minimum. I feel.
Yes. Now, I have heard that Giant Eagle has delivery service now.
Yes. Well, I didn't know they had delivery. I knew that
They
that
had
you could-
curbside, but
right.
it also says in the commercial, delivery. Talk to me more about. You're making it easier. The only thing is, you're going to pick out stuff I don't like. I pick
Right.
out very specific things when I go to the store.
Right.
They're going to like. I don't buy anything canned
Right.
unless it's like every 2 years I need like some canned green beans or canned cream corn or something.
I think it's like tomatoes are the only thing I get canned, and that's for chili.
Yes, and beans.
Right.
But then they're gonna not get the lunch meat that I wanted.
Right.
You know,
I am particular about my produce, and so in the off chances that I am getting produce,
like bananas. Like I need them at a they need to be greenish.
they need to be a particular ripeness and only so many in the bunch. 'Cause
Don't bring a yellow banana into my house because it's gonna turn on its own quick enough.
in like 12 hours,
Yes.
I've got a 12-hour window to eat that banana.
Or the avocado is going to be too hard or too soft. Or
Avocados, that's like the bane of my existence. It's like I have to do a mini celebration if I ever get one just right and I eat it
you
on
ever
time.
accidentally stuck your finger in one and just kind of like put it off
Yes.
in a bin somewhere? You're like, that's too right. I don't know what to do now.
Oh, it's got now I've got a random avocado on my thumb.
But so that's a food subscription I would consider.
I'm gonna have to check into that. My problem is a lot of times I don't. Well, hopefully it's just like all pictures or whatever, because I don't recall the names of brands of a lot of things that I use that I like, and so
I need to see it.
yeah. So,
I know what it looks like.
but I don't know. I don't know.
know.
So that's where. But yeah, I'm gonna have to look into that because fucking grocery store. Ugh.
It's the worst.
Ugh.
Why do you have 12 lanes and two
And
open?
Two open. Ugh.
Why?
I'm infuriated.
That's enough for me to actually throw everything I've picked out on the ground.
I didn't need it that bad.
Yep.
Anyway. Never mind.
That's how eggs end up in the soda cooler. Have you ever like a pound of hamburger and some eggs end up in the soda cooler at the front of the store?
They're lucky if they make it in there. And a lot of times they're just sitting right there with the Us Weekly.
Yep. People fuck this.
Never mind.
Yep.
Just
Every
leave.
time.
Abandon it.
Every time.
Okay, so since we don't have anything to physically unbox, we are starting and trying out this new segment we started last episode called 6 Degrees of Buffy, where we're just going to try to pick random people and connect them to Buffy the Vampire Slayer show.
But I again went outside and came back in. But I'll do it different next time.
Okay, and also if you guys want to give us suggestions, let us know. We're on Twitter at Back to Sunnydale or on our Facebook page, Revisiting Sunnydale.
We can hashtag it, I guess, 6 Degrees of Buffy.
Yeah, let's do that. Help us go on this journey. And
Give
see
us
what
your
this is like.
ideas. Tell
Yeah.
us who you want us to figure out.
Yeah, so we're
6
going to
Degrees of
connect them
Buffy.
to Buffy the Vampire Slayer TV show.
And
That's
what
our
I had
goals.
done this week was I took another guest star. I took Bailey Chase, who plays Graham. He,
Dum Dum.
Dum Dum, was on the TNT show Saving Grace with Holly Hunter.
Okay.
She played Elastigirl in The Incredibles.
Did she?
Yes.
Huh.
Samuel L. Jackson was Frozone in The Incredibles.
What's in your wallet?
And I was going to tie it back to Joss Whedon, again, directing Avengers, but we don't have to because, as we discussed on the last episode, Alexis Denisoff is also in the Avengers. So
Right.
there's your Buffy circle.
There it is. I didn't come with anything prepared, but I can always edit this later and post. So I am going to try to connect Michael B. Jordan since,
Ooh, okay. You look it up and I'll try and do it from my mind.
Okay.
Oh, that's too easy.
All right, tell me more.
Michael B. Jordan was Jackson Montgomery's son on All My Children. Sarah Michelle Gellar was on All My Children.
There it is.
There it is.
Wow.
Got it in 2.
Nice. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. I knew you. Yeah, that I would have never gone to that soap opera because it just didn't.
And Jackson Montgomery was married to Erica Kane, and Sarah Michelle Gellar was Erica Kane's. She was Bianca.
Bianca?
Bianca,
Who's Bianca?
her daughter.
Oh, wait. What? I never watched All My Children.
50 years.
But she was Kendall, I think.
Oh, okay.
I think was Sarah's. Sarah Michelle
Galar.
Her Instagram is funny.
Mm.
Yeah, she was Kendall Hart.
Okay. Wow, that was really easy.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, Michael B. Jordan has been a very busy little boy. Since 1999, he was on an episode of The Sopranos.
Mm-hmm. He was on The Wire, right?
Yeah, I remember that. That was the first thing I ever saw him in. And he was also on an episode of The Cosby Show.
He was also on...
He was in Hardball. Was that with Keanu Reeves?
Mm-hmm. He did a season or 2 of Friday Night Lights.
That's right.
Kendall Hart, yes. I was trying to remember who... Kendall is Erica's daughter.
Okay.
So she was... she's Bianca's sister.
Okay.
That's what it was.
All right. So.
And we've even got the Dracula in season 5.
Mm-hmm.
The guy who plays Dracula was Kendall's boyfriend
Really?
on All My Children.
So weird.
Mm-hmm. They had like that 80s, 90s love affair. They were on the cover of every... I'll pull up a picture while we're discussing this shit episode.
Which I'm still like, I still hate the choice of whoever that dude is that played Dracula. Right?
He's so irritating. He's beautiful, but...
I don't know. He reminds me of Stuart. Is it Thompson? Townsend.
Stuart Townsend?
Stuart Townsend with a much higher forehead.
I like Stuart Townsend.
Haven't seen him in a minute. He was on Law and Order SVU. Wow, we digress. We really don't want to talk about this.
No, all right. We don't like this episode.
So, Where the Wild Things Are, season 4, episode 18, or the episode where Giles sings like a freaking angel.
Like an angel.
Original air date April 25th, 2000. Written by Tracy Forbes, which I feel like we never heard from her before or since, with good reason.
Who?
Directed by David Solomon. Buffy and Riley's passionate lovemaking energizes supernatural elements inside a frat house. Yeah.
Boo, snore, yawn.
That's invigorating. That's fucking intriguing.
Why are you going to another frat party? Frat parties and parties in general for the Scoobies don't go well.
Nope. And Xander even points this out later on in this episode. He's like, are all the frats haunted in this, and why do people keep coming to them?
Why? Why do they keep going? I don't understand.
So this episode starts with Buffy and Riley are fighting, and then it turns out they're horny for each other.
Gross.
They fight vamps real quick, and then they go back and do it.
Gross. Everything in this episode is gross. All of it's gross. None of it's sexy.
It just keeps getting gross.
Yeah. It's not sexy.
No.
Not like the first time they had sex.
No, that was actually pretty...
That was... Ooh,
yeah.
I felt like I needed to look away. This, I'm like...
Can we just not... Never stop touching me.
What pants is she wearing in the graveyard, too? They're like vinyl, sparkly, snakeskin, leather.
So the outfits were terrible in this episode.
And she paired it with a crochet turtleneck.
Who the fuck?
Crochet turtleneck sweater.
Why?
So we've got demons helping vampires. Nobody cares. We don't care.
Hey, Xander has a job. He's
On an ice cream truck.
working. He's an ice cream truck driver, and he's taking Anya with him. This is why Xander can't find a job, because he's always got Anya in tow.
What does she do all day?
I don't follow him around.
But she loves money. But we haven't established at this point that she is addicted to money. So we're...
Sort of. I think later on in this episode, it becomes a little... We get a little hint. Yeah.
Is she paying for an apartment? Where does she live?
No idea. Like, she has her own apartment, and it becomes very apparent to us in the next season that she has her own apartment, but she spends all her time at Xander's basement.
Why?
Why don't they hang out at her apartment?
Right? His parents are upstairs. Why would you prefer to hang around?
Right. And why didn't he just move in with her at this point?
And apparently his mom is doing laundry at all hours, so I don't get it.
So he's going to get to the ice cream truck, and Xander's having trouble basically finding this career business, and I don't know. I think...
I call bullshit dumb.
Yeah, he should have been able to have found something that wasn't just necessarily an ice cream truck driver. And that's only, unless it's different in Sunnydale, but I would imagine it's only good for a part of the year.
Why isn't he going to school? Even if it's like truck driver school.
Just a community college.
Like,
take at least one
technology
class.
school?
Something.
Anything?
Just figure out what you want to do.
Or even audit classes there with them. You're on that damn campus all day anyway. Why don't you just sit on a few classes?
Learn something. Maybe figure out what it is you would like to do.
How about you say, hey, Giles, could you apprentice me?
Yeah.
I basically work for you for free anyway.
Xander's an idiot, basically, is what we learn. And I also learn to like him a little bit less in this episode.
A little bit.
So,
although she's pushing it, like her first world problems are pretty stupid. The argument they get in is dumb.
Yes, she's upset because they didn't have sex last night.
Okay.
And he's like, hey, we've gone without having sex before. She's like, I know, twice. I can't believe we're breaking up. Huh?
And he's like, excuse me, what? How'd we get there? What? How? Misogyny.
Yes. She says the words, why don't you take advantage of me? Is there something wrong with my body? I am so upset by that whole thing.
My brain vomited. My heart broke. And then I walked away. I couldn't even write up notes for this episode. I could not even get my thoughts on paper. Because I just kept typing the words, ew. Buffy and Riley.
Ew.
He wakes up in the middle of the night, hears a spooky sound. Turns out to be a leaky faucet.
Riveting.
Yeah. And that took like 4 minutes. He slowly walked around the frat. I don't care about what... I don't know.
Who let this Tracy Forbes person write this episode?
This is bad.
So Xander and Anya are still kind of going at it on the... She starts to accuse him like, oh, well, maybe you have some erectile dysfunction. Maybe he's like, whoa, hey, shut it down. That's not the case. My parts work. I'll have sex with you right the fuck now. And then, we turn to see it comedically. There's like a whole fucking several families and children just waiting to order a fucking creamsicle.
Yep, because he had parked the car.
Right.
He parked the truck.
Yeah, and you got this big ass open window and you've both been standing there. Nobody saw people come up in your periph.
Right. But people couldn't be like, hey, yo, kids.
Hey.
We got kids here. Hey.
He should have had charges. Like, he should have been a known sexual predator at that point.
Yep. It's all wrong.
Yes, he starts to undress. He's like, we'll have sex, hot, sweaty sex right now.
on the ice cream?
Really? That's
Now
unsanitary.
you had to give all your stuff away again
This is unsanitary.
because you had to make up for the losses because you had to give out all free ice cream to keep those people from getting you fired.
Right. Because I'm sure that's what had to happen.
It is the dumbest little truck.
So the kids are meeting again, and there's notice that the demons, there seems to be a brotherhood now with the demons and vampires, and they're helping each other out. They're working together. I don't know. But in the meantime, Riley and Buffy are just like fucking, just like skeeving on each other. They just keep touching, and
It's gross.
then they come up with this like really lame fucking excuse. Like Riley's like, "Hey, don't you have class?" She's like, "Oh, in about 20 minutes." She's like, "But I can need that thing." She's like, "Oh, then we can squeeze it." No shit, guys. Just say we want to go fuck. Just go.
Just go. It's gross.
You didn't need to, like, Giles is there, Tara and Willow are there, and everybody knows what you're doing.
And again, Giles. Get a job.
Literally, whatever information that Buffy just told them, that Buffy and Riley had to report, that's a phone call. Mm-hmm. Maybe you should just like write up nightly notes, because I know there were like email was not
Chat
really that
group.
big a thing at this point in time. Maybe,
Good chat groups.
yeah, we could have just like
They were all still using pagers. Could have just paged that message
it's just
out.
like these are the things. Have some memos made, some templates, if
Yeah.
you will. It's like some things that I witnessed during my patrolling hours. Yes, weird activity, check. Yes, so how many vamps? 2 to 3, 4 to 5. Yeah, so,
Yeah.
just gotta
Yep. And then
little
fax that in.
Yeah.
We didn't need to meet. And how come no one thinks Giles? They probably think he's a professor. Why didn't he just like profess some
Profess
stuff?
at Sunnydale.
He could have taught. I mean, he really probably could have taught like medieval monsters or something.
I'm sure there's some mythical
anything. Yes.
class or some shit.
There's tons of bullshit classes.
Oh
that,
yeah, totally.
Why not?
You could have, yeah. Just missed opportunity.
Gentlemen of leisure.
Nope.
So, where's Cordelia? She would have just said, "You're being lazy as fuck. Get a job."
Absolutely.
Ugh. I just what in this common room is so weird. And there are other chairs, Buffy. You don't have to sit on his lap. There's a whole other side of that couch where Giles is sitting.
Mm-hmm.
It's gross. It's all gross.
So dumb.
And I think it's about Adam, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that it?
Yeah.
Adam's the one that's telling them, except his plan would mean that they'd end up dying. So why are they all like, "Yep, we're going to be super soldiers"?
I guess because most of the common vamps are idiots.
He is a guru. He is he's pretty good at convincing people. Ugh,
Tony Robbins.
just watching like their hands intertwine.
I know.
Just go.
Go, please. Thank you. So they're up doing it in Riley's place, and I guess it's freezing cold in the frat or whatever the fuck the dorm.
So stupid.
They go down, and I started to fast forward, but at some point one of the army brats gets
Graham.
caught on fire.
Graham gets all of I think it's Graham. Or no, one of the other guys. It's not Graham. Something weird happens to Graham later.
Yeah.
One of the other boys gets all of his eyebrows burned off. And he later, ew, Riley has toe thumbs. Ew. I'd never noticed that until just now, and now it's all I can see.
I'm glad I missed it.
Gross.
So I guess Anya's all pissed off at Xander as she goes off to go drinking. She runs into Spike on the street.
Again, highlight of the episode.
Highlight. And
Highlight.
He's like, he tries to rob her. He jumps out and
In full vamp face.
yes, and startles her, but then she's like, "Oh, it's you, Spike. You can't hurt me, whatever." And he's like, "Hey," he's a little cut by that.
Yep. You made me scream really high.
She's more embarrassed than anything.
Yes.
And,
Hey, I did. Give me money.
and then he steps up to her, like right up in her
Yes.
face, is like, "Give me money."
Foreshadowing.
Okay,
Now we know
I
why.
will give you all sorts of things.
Upside down and halfway to Happy Town.
So, and she's like, "Ha! I'm not giving you my money. I'm not giving you money. I'm not paying you to scare me," is what she said.
And she can't believe that this has worked.
Right. He's like, yeah. Well, mostly because most people don't know that I can't
Yes.
hurt them. Duh. It's like, you know all my secrets. Obviously, it's not going to work on you. And she's like, whatever.
It's keeping him in blood and smokes.
He's like, it's awesome. He's really pleased with himself. He's like, I can't
He's not
believe.
hurting people.
Yeah,
so
he's like, I can't believe I never thought of this sooner. It's just awesome.
I'm okay with it. And they have heart to heart.
They do. They wax poetic about their demon days, or about how we took our powers for granted.
Yep. And they did. They really, really did.
They did. And then Spike looks at her, and I couldn't like anything that he had said after the look that he gave her. I'm like, yes. I don't know. I have no idea what you're saying right now.
She does have a really nice line, though. She's like, when I was a vengeance demon, I could have eviscerated him with my thoughts. And now I can barely hurt his feelings.
No.
That's sad.
That's so sad.
All anybody wants is attention on the
Right.
show. They just want someone to pay attention to them.
And the core ones who just refuse to do this. Yeah, that's basic. That's it. And it also, I guess, speaks to how much she does love Xander, even though he's not really worthy of her love that we keep learning. And
Yeah.
It's just like, oh.
Over and over and over. And even into the comics.
Yes.
Over and
So,
over.
yes,
Ugh.
Spike looks at her like he's literally undressed her. And, but he offers up, hey, why don't we just go do the vengeance? Like you with Xander and me with Drew. And she's like,
Which I don't even know why he's upset about that. Like, that's not even where you're at right now.
right. That's how long? That's like a year ago.
Yeah.
Come on, dude. You're still talking about Drew?
Right.
Come on. Come on,
Just
son.
why. Just why poor Harmony is just like,
Still? I'm not even good enough for vengeance. But, Anya's like, no. But you can go ahead and do Drew if you want. Have fun with that. Go nuts.
maybe I will.
Maybe later. But they're just drinking and having a good time. And I really wish that their relationship or friendship had just, spun
Like
off
a
a
side
little
comic?
bit more. Yeah, just like it'd been a little bit more.
Yeah.
Because I do enjoy the few times we get them just alone.
Yeah.
Because, yes, they do have they are simpatico in the sense that they both know what it's like to be powerful and evil and vengeful and all
And
that
enjoy
shit.
it.
Right, and love every minute of it. And now they can't.
Yeah.
Now they don't.
Yeah.
So,
We're at this awkward frat party where Buffy's just fucking Riley from across the room.
so ridiculous. It's so ridiculous.
They've put Tara in sacks. For some reason, Willow's wearing a winter coat inside.
And Xander, I'm pretty sure he's wearing like the army.
That's
shit,
what I
like-
thought. He looked like he was wearing the initiative clothes.
Right. But it's not
It's
really. It's same color scheme, same style, different material.
Yeah. And I don't know what Buffy's
His
wearing.
hair is awful.
It's so gross.
It's so slicked down.
He's got like mutton chops and then
Yeah.
slicked. It's
with a
gross.
hard part.
It's bad. It's really bad.
So Buffy is just sitting there drooling and staring at Riley, and Willow
Who's
makes
staring right back at him.
Just
or
go
her.
fuck then.
Right.
I mean, why are you guys here?
And while you're at it, can you tell Graham to take that neon orange sweater off? Because it's really unattractive. It's really, really unattractive with his coloring. It does not look good. And Graham's like, herder, hey.
Graham is such an idiot. I don't even know why we have him as a character.
I know.
He supplies nothing for any storyline whatsoever.
Nothing.
You were just useless. Absolutely useless. So they're going at it, and then, Willow makes a couple comments or jokes or whatever about Buffy not paying attention. And then we see this rando dude trying to impress some girl with whatever he learned in his French class. The way it feels on the tongue. And he discovers the wall.
Yuck. But money-making opportunity.
Absolutely. It's funny. I saw your comment, and that, before I saw your comment, I was thinking, you know what? They should be charging money.
Right? They really should be. The only thing but does he not remind you of one of the cavemen guys?
Yes.
And I keep meaning to look it up and see if he was one. Because I swear he is.
It might be because if it is, it makes perfect sense because
Yes.
he was pulling that same shit at
the Thomas
bar.
Aquinas, talking about Thomas
Right.
Aquinas. It's like,
Exact-
shut up. We don't want to hear about Thomas Aquinas one more time.
Exactly.
But I keep forgetting to look and see if it actually is the same guy.
It seems like a lot of work to do that.
I know.
Because he doesn't really have a name.
He doesn't have a name, but it's what I do. I'm good at tracking people down.
All right, so he's doing that. He's touching the wall and splooging himself. So
And it's gross.
The wall is making him, and it's not. It doesn't even get that gross until we get to this other
Big
dude.
burly dude.
Yes, he's
And the
like-
one girl.
Yeah,
The one girl you're...
when the burly dude, he's like literally cupping his crotch and like rubbing himself. I'm like, yo, is this dude actually rubbing one out right now?
Yep. And what is with this wall? And seriously, line them up. $5 a pop. That's You're gonna make hand over fist.
Oh yeah.
You'd have so much.
So at
Then-
this point, it's important to note that Xander and Anya have just had that little tiff in the ice cream truck. That, you know, basically she's just upset that they weren't having more sex. That's
Yeah.
really all. That
Yeah.
she wasn't accusing him of sleeping around. She may have had some misguided notion that they were going to that he was going to break up with her because of it, because she's not completely understanding the real dynamics of a healthy relationship. Not to say that they're in one, but
They're the farthest thing from it.
he finds this broad, Julie, and starts to lightweight hit on her.
And she is creepy as fuck.
She's pretty creepy. I don't forget what it starts with. Yep, that's the dude, Brian
Gerpel? Gerpel?
Brian Gerpel.
Cupril?
Yes, it is the same dude from each episode. And
Roy.
Yes. Oh, he does have a name.
Roy.
So Xander comes up upon this girl named Julie, and I forget what they're talking about. There's some lame jokes happening, but she asks him who he's here with, and he says, "Right now, I seem to be here with you. You fuck boy."
I need an adult. And you have a serious girlfriend.
Yes, right. She ain't shit.
Yeah.
Xander, you ain't shit.
Yep.
This
She's
is
gross. Like, she's scary.
She is. She's like
She's
real,
kinda
like-
creepy.
She's like got these evil eyes.
And then another strange thing happens. Willow and Tara are adorably, like, they're kind of flowing on the steps.
Yeah.
And it's cute. And they're having a moment.
She's like telling her, "Oh, I'll take you horseback
yeah.
riding."
And she's like, oh, you'll protect me? And Tara's like, that's disgusting.
Yeah.
I read all the signals wrong for the past, like, 2 months.
Seriously.
I thought we were working towards
this.
like,
Was not what it was.
okay.
She stands up and like stomps. She's like, "This is terrible." I'm like, "What?"
Willow is seriously like, do I like dudes? Do I like girls? Was I wrong? Her whole, like, being gets questioned in like a 30-second time frame.
I'm like, what have I done? What do I do?
I thought she...
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
right.
Regroup. Okay.
And then Spike and Anya show up. And he realizes where he is.
I love it. I absolutely love it.
You brought me here?
So this is the thing. Like, they roll in. She's like, and she's so fucking nonchalant. He's
Because
like,
they're drunk.
Right. He's like, it's like, this place looks familiar. And she's like, oh yeah, as soon as the boys do, they have a lab a secret lab in the basement. They do experiments. Hey, they got you. They're the ones who put the chip in your head. See you later. He's like, the fuck?
You brought me.
You brought me here. And then Xander rolls up and he's like, the fuck? You brought him here? And
You brought him here?
and Spike is like, hey, that's what I said, but I hit the here part.
And then Xander is an asshole
A complete and utter asshole.
and starts shouting from the rooftops, Hostel 17's in the house. Here's hostels. And guess what? Nobody gives a fuck. Not one little fuck. Not one.
Dudes are off the clock and
There's
Riley,
girls.
Yes.
Riley's left.
Riley's like, yeah, he's like deep into Buffy right now. So he's got no worries, no cares in the world. So yeah, so good on you. So yeah, and I guess after seeing that, Spike decides to stay.
He's like, yeah, fuck it. I guess there's fun to be had here.
There's
Why?
beer.
Why? Because at any point they could be like, hey.
Exactly, which almost happens. He's sitting there by the keg.
I expected him to say friend of Xander's again.
Nope, just a friend of Xander's.
Yeah. Don't I know you? No.
Nah, dude, you don't know me. He's like, you look familiar. He's like, oh, I get that a lot. Okay, and then I fuck some girl that walks past him.
Yes.
straight up tagged her ass with his eyeballs.
He did. Now, I do like when Xander and Anya are fighting and they're walking across the room and he's like, no, you don't get to break up with me. I get to break up with you, and I'm doing it.
Right.
And I'm going to go have fun. And she's like, well, I'm having fun, too.
I'm going to stay here
Yes.
and have fun. Look at me.
I'm having fun already.
Woohoo. But about that, what also got me, another fuckboy moment for Xander is like, you don't get to break up with me, not after all I've had to put up with from you.
Put up with what?
Like what?
That I'm rude to people? Okay.
So what?
So what? I give you lots of sex when no one else would?
Exactly.
Is that what you're putting up with? Because we can make that stop.
We can absolutely turn
at
that
any
off.
time.
Because I feel like, and then again, this would be another arc, another character to explore her arc alongside Xander's. Is that I don't have the receipts right now, but I'm pretty sure he's done a lot of bullshit to her up to this point, and she's had to put up with more of his nonsense than vice versa.
Yeah.
So Xander, check yourself.
Check yourself.
That's fuck boy.
And this girl, this nasty girl, this woman, because she looks about 40.
She is about 40. Xander finds a spin the bottle game.
And he's all like, ew, I just don't get college. That didn't happen when I went to college. And then he sees this crazy girl. And she's all like, yeah, come sit down. She gives him crazy eyes. Like, I'm yeah. So he does. And, of course, they spin the bottle. It lands on her. Her name is Julie. And she gives him a tongue bath. And he's like, whoa, wait, what the fuck?
It's lightweight assault.
And she is immediate. Everybody in the circle's like, what's wrong with her?
Yes.
And she runs off screaming and locks herself in a room,
in a
closet,
yes,
crying. And he walks past the orgasm wall.
He doesn't touch it.
No,
but he's curious.
He stops and looks for a minute.
Because there's a big group now, and there's still a bunch of moaning and groaning happening. And
there is a big group, but still not as big as it should be. You're at a party, and you hear the phrase orgasm wall.
Everybody should be there. There should be nothing else going on in this house.
Except orgasm wall.
Exactly.
That's all. That's where everybody would be.
Absolutely.
Except for nope, everybody.
No, everybody.
Everybody. Orgasm wall.
Why?
He even in a couple episodes prior was talking about Riley's gun and it being like the orgasmator. He said if it were that, he'd touch a bunch of buttons. There you go.
Xander should have been on that, but it should have been perched
He would have forgotten about everything else.
Exactly.
Everybody's danger. He would. Yep. What's this? What?
Immediately gone over there and just laid on it.
Yep.
Fuck putting a hand to it. He would have just been posted up.
The only person that wouldn't have been Spike still would have been over with the keg. Because.
Really?
Yeah.
You think?
Yeah, I think he's above all that. He's just scowling and.
I'm not gonna get my jollies in front of a bunch of college rejects.
Yeah. Nah.
Okay, so Xander's trying to find help for Julie. He goes back to the circle and is like, is anybody friends with Julie? That bitch is freaking out. Nobody's paying attention.
Freaking out? Somehow she got her hands on a straight razor.
Yeah. When did that happen?
I don't know.
Because I feel like there's one bathroom and Willow is up in it right now.
In it, getting haunted by some weird dead boy.
So, speaking of Willow in this bathroom, she goes in and first of all, she drinks from the bathroom faucet tap water. And then she just takes some random towel in this frat house.
That's a butt towel for sure.
And wipes her mouth with it.
Those boys wipe their butts with that.
Yes, that's exactly. That's
a butt towel.
That's at very least they wipe their dicks off at that.
Yep.
Oh, God.
And then we're gonna have to start a segment called Buffy doesn't give two shits about Willow. Willow gets frightened by the dead boy. He's drowning. She tries to help him. He's not there anymore.
Right.
She turns around. He's standing behind her, looking all malevolent. She screams. Riley and Buffy's on top. Riley actually says, was that Willow? Because they heard the scream.
Right.
Buffy's like, doesn't matter.
Wow.
What?
Wow. Okay.
Huh? Wow.
That hurts. Okay.
Okay. You don't care about Willow.
Nope.
At all.
Selfish Buffy. It's the way she's always fucking been.
So they just go back to going at it, and she runs downstairs and runs into Xander. They talk about how is every frat on this campus? Lonnie?
Yes. And why do people keep going to
Right.
them if they are? And I think as also
The 50-year-old kids are still playing spin the bottle, and the bottle explodes into all their eyes. So Buffy doesn't care about them. They don't care about anyone else.
no.
Because they don't say, everyone needs to evacuate. Y'all
No.
need to leave. There's vines growing in front of a door out
Vines are
there.
in the door. The house is quaking at this point.
Uh-huh.
There's a house quake. Spike is pretty into it until he's not. Until he gets
he's
strapped to the chair.
He gets very upset at that point.
So the vines are growing out. Yeah, there's a house quake, and then they all get out. Mm-hmm. Everybody eventually gets out, and then we see bald ass Julie like streaks by.
I'm surprised that you didn't have to drag some people from the orgasm wall. Like, no,
Right.
I'm staying here.
Right. I mean, unless it stopped orgasming. At
Right.
That point, when the house started to quake, then maybe they would find a reason to go ahead and leave. So Xander, Willow, is Tara outside? Mm-hmm. Tara, Spike are outside. Bald ass Julie runs away. And so Xander tries to rally the troops to save Buffy and Riley. And Anya's like, nah, bro. He's like, we have to go back inside for Riley
Why?
and Buffy. Why?
Why?
She's like, nah, they're cool.
No.
Fuck him. She's got superpowers. He's big and burly. Fuck him. I'm
Yep.
leaving.
And then that's where my burn this week comes from. And Xander says, Anya, look around. There's ghosts and shaking, and people are going all Felicity with their hair. We're fresh out of super people, and somebody's got to go back in there. Now, who's with me? And our boy Spike.
My dude.
He says, I am. I know I'm not the first choice for heroics. And Buffy's tried to kill me more than once. And I don't fancy a single one of you at all. But actually, all that sounds pretty convincing. I wonder if Asia House is still open.
That's the hurt. Right there.
Just walks away wondering about Chinese. Like,
That's the extreme bird right there. I bet I could get some takeout right now.
don't care about your problems. You're all probably going to die.
Right. I don't need food to survive, but I could really go for some mushu.
I am done with you all.
Oh my God. It's so good. It's so good. And for those of you who are new to this whole thing and weren't privy to what was happening in 2000, don't know what Felicity is. There was a TV show called Felicity about a young lady who went off to college, basically following some dude. She ends up with I don't know, who is it? Carrie Russell.
Carrie Russell.
Who, if you probably know her from The Americans now. And she goes off to college. So it's one of those coming of age tales, yada, yada. She had this long, glorious, curly locks.
Best hair of
just,
anyone ever.
Really thick and gorgeous and just beautiful. And after several seasons, she comes back and it's all been chopped off.
Just second season, I think.
The world lost their fucking minds.
Yes. She cut it.
Collectively.
She cut it super short.
It was really short.
It was real short.
Ears.
Yeah.
Because I think her hair was probably to the middle of her back before that. And then
gorgeous hair.
And then comes back and it's just
gone.
Straight up, just all of it gone.
Just gone.
Everybody lost their fucking minds. People were upset. People were...
It's kind of how I felt during Angel when Cordelia kept cutting her hair.
Oh, God. It was
Because
just
she
such a
has
hack
the most
job.
beautiful brunette.
God, her hair is so
silky,
gorgeous.
Gorgeous hair.
So thick and just
Yes.
bouncy.
And then she cut it that mom cut. And then that looked so terrible they had to fix it. And then they cut it too short.
It was 3 different tries before they got it.
And then they dyed it.
Yeah.
The bob, I was okay with the
weird bang things.
Yes.
Those really too
Yes.
wispies.
Bad.
Oh, that was terrible.
And it was blonde.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So so there's your little flashback to what was happening in 2000 as to what that Felicity thing means.
Just look up Noel versus Ben.
Yeah, I don't know what you would know Noel from now. I guess was he on some surfer show right now?
Noel?
Wait, Ben.
Ben was on that Last Ship show, or not Last Ship, but some other ship off to sea thing that was on.
The show? I thought he was on another show on TBS.
Oh yeah, he's also Animal Kingdom.
Yes,
He's on
that's
Animal
the one where
Kingdom
it's
now.
fucking Sons of Anarchy
Yeah.
on the surf with
Yeah.
surfers.
Watch the original Australian movie. It's really good.
Is it?
Yeah. I haven't watched the show because that movie was so fantastic. I didn't need more.
Huh. And you would know Scott Foley as one Jake Ballard on Scandal. So the gang decides they need to go get Giles. And before this, when they were like, we're going to a party, you can come, Giles.
No, you can't.
Which, by the way, I find that interaction, I find a little problem with the fact that Giles was like, whose idea was it that this party should happen right now? This shit's going awry, blah, blah, blah. And Riley defiantly looks at him and pointed like, it was my idea. I'm like, excuse me, what the
You're not even a full-time member of this group, sir. Just because you dicking somebody out. No.
How dare you?
You watch your tone.
Tone, mister.
Watch your tone. But Giles is like, no, I have adult plans.
It's like, yeah, I'm going to be at the espresso pump.
Don't come there. He really, but don't come there.
And so they all remember, okay, let's go find Giles. He's at the espresso pump with his adult plans. And they roll in, and lo and behold, he's doing an acoustic set.
And it's beautiful.
It's beautiful. He's singing Behind Blue Eyes.
Yep.
Was it like originally by The Who or something?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Until ruined by Fred Durst. But
Like a lot of things.
saved by Giles.
So the gang is just like dumbfounded. Willow,
Well, the girls are all like,
humming sigh. Yeah, Willow, you could like literally, she has to pick her jaw up off the
there's
floor.
like steam coming off of her.
And she talks about how she remembers now. That's why I had a crush. And
Xander's like, my brain.
which I love that he's like, I'm fighting total mental breakdown. Will no more fuel in the fireplace.
Which, what? It's not that. I'm into it.
It's not like he's stripping.
No.
Like, it's okay, Giles or Xander, relax. And Tara's like, oh, he doesn't do this often. And Xander's like never.
Never.
I've never
Every
seen
day
this.
the earth rotates backwards and
I've
the
never
sun
seen this
catches
happen. I've never seen this happen.
My favorite part is when Giles sees them.
And he makes like, do I continue?
And he's got his little jacket on, looking all cute. I love it. So they figure out.
If I had seen him at the coffee house, like I would have bought his whatever CD.
Oh, for
he
sure.
was selling.
For sure. Little silver fox
I was like, well, hello, sir.
with your sweater, which I think that Wesley might wear on Angel in a couple seasons.
Probably.
So they all start researching Lowell House, and who cares? I really don't care about the history of this house, other than the fact that they find out that it was a home for kids and that it got all these awards, which we go see this old lady. The minute she opened that door, I'm like, that lady's crazy. There's something wrong with that lady.
She did something she wasn't supposed to do.
I can smell the crazy coming off
She's
of her.
got some weird belief system.
Yep. And how did she get all these awards? And then it dawned on me that the mayor has been in charge of Sunnydale for a long time.
Yep.
I'm sure he loved
Right.
those kids getting tortured
Right.
because he had tributes he had to pay to certain demons.
That's
I'm sure
right.
he was fine with
Right.
pain and torment, meaning that some souls would get stuck behind.
Yeah, that's probably she was probably supplying a lot of his tributes.
And now this is Catherine Jostin, right? She was on Desperate Housewives. She was that
yeah.
nosy ass neighbor.
And she ended up dying or
Yeah,
getting killed.
somebody
or
killed her or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. She looks even older and frailer here
Yeah.
than she does on that. But she's all like, my kids, my kids.
And then it really starts to get deep.
It got dark.
Yeah, it got dark real fast. She's like, you know,
Jezebels.
they're always looking in the mirror, fixing their hair. What?
What's wrong with that?
Looking in the mirror and with their lusty whoa, hey.
So you cut their hair off with straight razors.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Right.
Okay. And you baptize them in the... Because you could smell the...
Yeah. So Giles kind of steps to her a little bit. He's at he's like ready to fucking.
Honestly, I thought he might hit her.
I thought he was gonna choke her out a little bit. He's like, "How dare you?" It's like, what gives you the right? Who are? And she comes right back and is like, "How dare you?
Yeah.
Judge me? I can smell the sin on each and every one of y'all."
And then
I
Xander...
beg your pardon.
Xander has to take it to a childish place
Yes.
because he
Can't articulate.
is dumb. Because he's dumb.
And he's like, "She who smelt it dealt it, lady." And Giles just kind of looks. You're not helping.
And he says It's like what you said, but faster. No, that's not the same.
Don't do that. Don't try to put me on your. No, that's not how it was.
And why are the girls even in these? Why are they there? They don't speak.
No, they don't.
At all. Like, is it? I think it might just be Anya, because Willow and Tara aren't even there. I think maybe they might be setting up some spell stuff.
Yeah.
It's really annoying what is it that the emotions trapped in that house have manifested into who cares? I don't care.
So my question is, were Riley and Buffy already just having a lot of sex, and that fueled whatever
I think
souls were in there?
It charged it up.
So they charged up, and then it awakened all that, and then so that charged them and got them into this weird place.
They were its battery.
Okay.
And it was draining them, but they couldn't stop.
Okay.
Physically, I don't understand how that's possible, but
sure.
Okay. Gross.
But I guess they were only really under that powerful of the influence for like a few hours.
Yeah.
So
but again, here's another instance of a woman having sex.
Yeah.
Not of her own.
Yep.
Accord, volition.
Yep.
Want, need.
So it's like it starts off as such, but then she gets trapped in something, and
something's manipulating her into having sex.
And it's also like, maybe Buffy just shouldn't have sex.
Maybe she shouldn't.
Because
it never goes well.
No, like, even to the end of the show, she doesn't have any like real positive sexual experiences.
Not until she meets the immortal.
Yeah, and that's just hearsay. I don't even know what's happening over there. But like all on this show, like all of Buffy's experiences, they've just never been healthy and positive. There's just been something amiss. Like I guess Riley is the closest that it happens, but even that turns sour. Yeah, because you've got this, first of all, this whole Faith situation, and then now this, and then whatever he goes through later. So, poor Buffy. Poor Buffy. So, Tara, Willow, Giles do the spell, and Anya and Xander go try to physically remove Buffy and Riley. And there's, like, hacking of vines, the house fighting back. They finally get to them with the spells broken.
And they get mad.
They open the door, and you see that they have been through some shit. Like, Xander and Anya don't look like they're just casually opening a door.
Right.
They are bloody, they are battered, they are bruised, they're out of breath.
They're sweaty.
Right. And then she's like, "You don't knock," says Buffy.
Bitch, Okay.
I'll set your bed on fire right the fuck now.
You know what? You stay this way. That's it. I don't care.
So another thing that gets also pointed out while they're fighting the house is that Anya is going through hell to make sure she saves Xander yet again.
Yep.
She's always there for that dude.
She looks like she goes off that banister. She gets pushed off that thing. It looked like she should have probably at least broke a couple bones.
Yeah. Yeah, because she like landed hard. And so things like this that Xander does not appreciate when he's off chatting up some random crazy person.
But you can see it in her face. She's not giving up. She's going to go get Xander. Because Xander put himself in danger again for Buffy. Yeah.
Yep.
And that becomes a ongoing problem with them.
Yeah. So
Then the next day they're all talking about it again. What Giles is hanging out at the school
in the cafeteria,
and they're just talking about how it didn't suck for you. It didn't suck.
See, I still got scars.
Right? I think I'm still bleeding. Actually, can you hand me a napkin? I need, And whose meal plan is this going on? Because somebody's buying me lunch.
There was some talk before this, before they got to that point, about how disturbing it was and everything, and they're all just still jagging on Giles about his performance. Y'all leave that man alone.
Leave him alone. He has the voice of an angel. I loved every second of it. If I could have bought a full... I have that little momentary clip.
I do too.
And I listen to it all the time. It's in my playlist.
Can we please, Anthony Stewart Head, just go ahead and record it right quick and release it. That'd be great.
Which we talk a lot about Restless being
Boring.
problematic and boring.
Mm-hmm.
But it gives us another. He sings 3 times on the show. 4 times.
Really?
Yeah. 4 times technically. 4 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
So there's this episode. There's when Spike catches him in the Yoko. And that's very small.
Mm-hmm.
Restless. During his dream at the Bronze.
Oh, yeah.
And then Once More with Feeling.
Oh, yes. Okay.
We've got to warm Buffy. That's my favorite part of that. I love that little scene. Anya's up there telling the joke about the duck being in the man's ass.
Yeah, that's going to be fun to recap.
Yeah, because it makes no sense.
No sense whatsoever.
No.
But I guess it'll be fun to see if there's anything, because seriously, I've probably watched that episode twice. If there's any, any mentions of things that...
Ooh, there's major foreshadowing with Tara.
Are to come. Okay.
That's where the whole, the end of Buffy's dream is where that whole, you don't know who you are, what's to come. And then Dracula says it to her. Word for word, the way the vision of Tara says it to her.
Oh.
It's neat.
Well, all right then.
We'll get through it.
Yeah. It'll work.
Season 4 is almost over.
Yeah, man. I can't believe it. So, there's only 2 bodies dropped this episode. Mm-hmm. One vampire that Riley got, and then a blue demon killed by Buffy with a knife. Did this pass the Bechdel test?
I don't think I care. That's how bad it was.
Actually, yes.
Because they talked about other stuff.
Yeah, so like specifically Tara and Willow's talk on the stairs before Tara got weird.
Yeah. Before she got real weird. So I guess.
And what's your trivia?
The random trivia from the Buffy Wiki this week is that the entity Twilight in the comics will, spoiler alert, compel Buffy and Angel to sleep together for part of the prophecy in Twilight Part 3, marking another instance when a supernatural force causes Buffy to make love. That's a sad statistic right there.
It really is. And isn't the immortal, wasn't he supposed to have some spell over
They
her?
thought. That's what they thought.
Right.
Because they didn't want to believe. But y'all know how the immortal treated Drew.
Y'all know how he go. Down.
I have never seen... They were spent.
They were done.
Spent.
They were, yeah. There was a lot. They were glowing.
Darla was just like, woo.
There was so much glow off of those girls. Like they almost fucking thought it was sunlight and caught on fire.
And and I believe Angel's like, how could you? And Darla's just like, it's the immortal. Come on. How could we not? Like, seriously? You're lucky we're not still doing it. I literally thought I was going to die, so we had to stop. But that is a sad statistic.
It is. It makes my feelings hurt. That's too bad. Oh, poor Buffy. This is ridiculous.
Moral of the story, don't let Tracy Forbes rate your
Truth. Facts. Those are facts.
I'm sorry.
Those are facts.
I hope your filmography
what else has she done?
Better than that.
What other bullshit? Like watch. She was like responsible for some of our major.
She's probably like my favorite writer in the world. Oh no, police procedurals a lot. Cracked the Bridge. Something called Bookie's Crush. Flashpoint.
Seems about right.
Yeah.
There is nothing that I have. None of this have I seen.
That's really funny.
She does 3 episodes of Buffy?
Yes, and look at
something. Okay, my bad, Tracy. My bad.
Yeah. Beer
bad though. That was true to form. That's
really
some bullshit.
Funny.
That's
Yeah.
And then that
blue.
Same dude, was that
Roy,
her? Was she dating him?
I guess. How's Roy going to come up in both of your episodes? Oof.
Something Blue, really?
Because Something Blue is one of my favorite
She
episodes.
can't have been the only one that wrote that one, though.
No. Oh, I do love that one so much, though.
It's a good one. Like, she just really got one good one off. That was
3 episodes.
And 2 out of 3 are shit.
That's just not...
I'm like literally trying to look and see if there's
Nope,
somebody
there's
else involved in writing that one. Like, because it can't
Story
be.
by
Was something Blue was season 3 or season 4?
season 4.
Okay. Let's look. What episode is it?
Douglas Petrie was the story editor for Where the Wild Things Are, so
Episode 9.
it's part of his fault too.
Right.
And he was the story editor for Something Blue as well.
Okay. Yep. I see that now. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's not the writing. Maybe it's just the level of spikedom that's in that one that we really enjoy. I don't know. But all right, Tracy, I'll give you that one though. But the other two are shit.
Yeah. Next week we've got
New Moon Rising. That one might be a little sad. A little bit sad.
You're gonna need tissues, kids.
It's gonna be a hurt one.
The puppy's coming home.
Oh.
And he's sad.
Ugh. Then he makes Willow sad. And
He makes Willow sad, and he makes me sad, and he makes
God.
Tara's stutter come back.
I'm getting a little choked up right now.
Why does her
already.
stutter only come back when she's scared?
That's usually when Willow's concerned. So, all right. So that's what we're doing next week.
We've got 4 episodes left.
Yep, 4 episodes left of season 4. And then, obviously, we will do our countdown of what our favorites are.
rankings.
Yes, our rankings. Let's see which ones our
I feel
favorites
like it's going to get harder and harder.
It is. It really is. Because, like, those first couple seasons, it was, like, fucking in the bag. Like, real simple. Whatever. But this, I don't know. Season 4 is not a clear...
Season 6 is gonna be ranked by the amount of spike time. Is he naked? Is the sock on?
How naked is he? Is he talking a lot?
Is there Bush playing?
What is that? What's the look on his face? Is his head tilt? Like that?
Is his hair curly or slicked back?
Yeah, things are going to get difficult.
Yeah.
So keep up with us. Keep up. We're going to keep doing this thing. Go to our Facebook page, Revisiting Sunnydale. Follow us on Twitter at Back to Sunnydale. And you can follow me at _Rugged Angel.
Or me, Marcella at mspear7338.
All right. This has been fun.
Yeah.
I'm glad this episode's over.
Me too.
And we'll come back with new stuff with a couple more interesting episodes.
Go to our Facebook page. Win a shirt. Win a shirt.
Yes, win a shirt. Talk to us. Win a shirt. Yeah, give us the drinking game.
Yeah.
All right. Until next time.
Sure. Arg.